Oh, 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 yay! Hello! I've made it. It was such a process to set up for no good reason, really. Um, the reason is partially girls and my own incompetence. I can't blame them for all of this. It, a lot of it was me screwing up. But I'm here. I have it set up. We're gonna go. Um, eh, um, yeah. I have to start. I have to start right away because my my brownie technique, um, it it hinges upon hot butter. I have already prepared the hot butter. I have to go into it immediately. I have to start using the hot butter before it's no longer hot butter and it's room temperature butter. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Hello, Guinea. I'm gonna get them in the oven, and then while they bake, I'm gonna explain my brownie philosophy, philosophy and technique. Um, I have here. This is the 1 1/8 cup of granulated sugar, white plain sugar. Except it isn't actually. I took about half of it and I put it in a pot with some butter. Then, right, heat it over the stove until the butter is melted and the sugar is mostly dissolved into the butter. And then I'm gonna mix it with the rest of the butter. I mean sugar. And the first time I did this, I let it sit too long. If you let it sit too long on the stove, the sugar starts cooking, basically. And it clumps up and it starts crystallizing. Makes butter sugar candy. And you don't want that. You want to just smooth, hot, hot butter sugar mixture. This hot butter sugar mixture is the key to getting the crackly top on the brownie. Not optional if you want that. It's mixed. I won't be using a mixer today, so the thumbnail's kind of a lie, but I didn't have time to make a new one. I'll make one later. Okay. Great. Once the butter and all the sugar is like mixed and no longer piping hot, I can add eggs. I will be using a whisk. No mixer, but yes whisk. It's still gonna make a sound. Okay. Eggs mixed. Delicious butt egg. Yeah, plus sugar. Yum. This 2 tablespoons of cooking oil and a little bit of vanilla extract. And the cooking oil is just there for keeping the the brownies moist for longer. Butter is good for flavor, and the oil is better for keeping them from getting dry and sad. That's what that is. A mixer makes this part easier, but I don't want no guinea. I don't want too much air in here, so I will just do it by hand. It's fine. Oh my god. Mm, mm. Okay. This can go away. This can get out of here actually. Goodbye. Flour, cocoa powder, and a quarter teaspoon of salt. Oh god. Going up my nose. And uh half of this. This is some random chocolate I got at the grocery store. Half of it's going in. Oh, hello, suffice to say, happy Saturday. How was your Saturday? That half? That's half. I'm gonna call that half. Good enough. I wanted to make brownies because I saw someone at the grocery store the other day buying a boxed brownie mix. And it made me so mad. I, I forgot that boxed brownie mix exists. I got so offended remembering that they exist. Don't overmix. Don't overmix it. Just just until it's moistened. Yeah, it's about there. Almost. Oh yeah. It's brownies. I'm old enough to remember I'm old enough to remember the days before awareness of salmonella was common enough, and one of the greatest joys of childhood was licking the bowl after the brownies are mixed. But now I know better. Now I'm a microbiologist, and I would never. Okay, this is going right in the pan. Oh, um, okay, that's fine. My favorite thing about brownies is how it's 90% just sitting there waiting for the baking. The actual assembly of the brownie is, I don't know, how long have I been live? 8 minutes? Yeah, less than 10 minutes to put them together. So easy. Okay. Oh, I want to lick it so bad. Uh, can't. I don't want to get sick. Okay. Rest of this goes on top. Wee. It's a little hot right now for baking, but that's okay. I'll live. Okay, done. Ta-da! So fast. Okay, you're going in the oven for what? Check it after 30 minutes, I guess. I don't know. I've never baked brownies in this oven before. We'll find out. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna clean up these dishes also. I'm just gonna throw them in the sink though. We're gonna watch. I'm not dealing with that. Okay. Balls. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm taking you to the hospital today. Nobody, nobody be licking those bowls, please. Ah! Oh, did we have a Guineas cameo? Oh, I missed it. No. Dang. Okay. No. I don't deny the baby medical care. I don't want anything to happen that would necessitate medical care. That's where I'm at. Okay, let me explain. I need to set a timer. Wait. Okay. I want to explain my brownie philosophy. Timer. 29 minutes. Let's go. Okay. Timer's going. Brownie philosophy. I need paper. I didn't think this through. Never happened before. When was the last time I didn't think something through? Oh, it's a drawing of Guinea. I remember doing that. Where's it? Do I have a blank page? Oh no. Okay. Guinea cameo number 2. Yes. We're meeting our quota of Guinea cameos today. Okay. This is the recipe I'm using. It's a half cup melted butter. You can't really see that. Well, I can kind of read it. I don't know if you can. 2 tablespoons cooking oil. 1 1/8 cup sugar. This is plain granulated white sugar. 2 eggs. 2 teaspoons vanilla. Legible-ish? Okay, manually adjust the focus. I don't know how to do that. How about that? Yeah, I can just lift it up when I'm done writing. 1/2 cup flour. All purpose. APIB. Advanced college educated flour. 1/2 cup cocoa powder. And a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Um. Oh, OBS lets you do it through the interface? Whoa, wait, okay. Hang on, I gotta check this out. How? Resolution. Configure video. Whoa. 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 Autofocus off. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. That is so cool. Oh, I can manually adjust the exposure. Huh? Well, that rules. Thank you for letting me know, Voidfish. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Just leave that over there. Okay. Yep. There we go. Another big win for Foss. Okay. Fine. Can I just leave this properties open so I can manually adjust the... Ah, I can! Ah. The Foss loss here is that I combine that every day. That's a personal choice. That's an elective procedure. You don't have to manually compile it every day. I do like the auto white. Hey, don't eat my figure. I haven't built it yet. I'm gonna do that later. Tiny. Okay. Right. Brownie philosophy. There's two major categories of brownies, right? There's chocolate brownie and cocoa brownie. If you're in the brownie world, if you're versed in brownie terminology, right? The chocolate brownie, all brownie is chocolate, right? But chocolate brownie, when you're speaking about recipes, implies that there is melted chocolate in the batter. That's why it's called that. Cocoa brownie does not have melted chocolate in the batter. It gets all of its chocolate flavor from the cocoa. I personally, I'm so biased towards cocoa brownie. The reason being because it you have so much more control over the fat content, right? The For a chocolate brownie, the fat that you are contributing to the recipe by adding melted chocolate is it's out of your control. It depends on which chocolate you buy, right? It depends on the cocoa butter content and if there's any milk content or anything else that the chocolate maker has put in that chocolate. So I'm biased towards cocoa brownie. I know exactly how much fat is in there. And it's all coming from butter and oil. I can control it. I like the flavor of a cocoa brownie. But the flavor is it's also very dependent on the cocoa, right? For a cocoa brownie. That's where your chocolate flavor is coming from. So downside for cocoa brownie is you can't cheap out on the cocoa. If you buy like whatever generic poor quality cocoa, it's gonna taste worse. which is sad. You have to be willing to spend money on the cocoa powder if you want to have a good cocoa brownie. But to me, I think it's worth it. I don't mind spending extra dollars on the cocoa powder because I get to control the fat content, which is important for baked goods. Right. So that's about why my preference for cocoa brownie comes from. If you're making cocoa brownie, you have options for cocoa, right? You have a standard unsweetened cocoa powder. That would be probably the most common type of cocoa powder. I prefer Dutch processed cocoa powder. This is standard cocoa powder that's been processed with an alkalizing agent, so it has a higher pH and it has a bit of a different flavor. I like the taste better. It is kind of personal preference, right? But I I like Dutch processed cocoa powder better. So that's why I pick it. Uh, if you want a milder chocolate taste for some reason in your brownie, which is a predominantly chocolate dessert, so I don't know what's wrong with you if you want that, but if you if you want that, then standard cocoa powder is probably better. It is less of a punch you in the face with with that chocolate flavor. Oh, cocoa powder is kind of like vanilla extract if vanilla extract wasn't a blatant scam. Uh, yeah, yeah, right, because yeah, kind of, right? Because yeah, similar principles, right? You break open a bean and then you process whatever's inside. Um, yeah, I think the cocoa powder I would compare directly to if you've ever seen in stores vanilla bean paste. It's kind of like that. Which and vanilla bean paste is in fact what vanilla extract would be if it was not a blatant scam. Vanilla bean paste is what we all wish vanilla extract was. And that's basically what cocoa powder is. It's just it's drier. Vanilla bean paste is it's a paste. There's a lot of moisture content in it. Yeah, good observation. I I agree. I agree with your assessment. Um, right. The hallmark of a great brownie recipe, in my opinion, I spent like 2 years crafting a brownie recipe. I tried stuff. I tried all different ones, and then combined my favorites, and then kind of refined it and polished it up. And I had what I would consider to be putting my hand on my chest. You can't see it, but I considered to be the perfect brownie recipe, and I lost it in a move because it was only written down on a piece of paper. It was gone. And then I didn't make brownies for years, so I'm just starting with what I would consider a pretty basic standard recipe. But a hallmark to me, one thing that I remember about my brownie recipe, hallmark of a good brownie recipe is equal proportions flour and cocoa powder. If you have more flour than cocoa powder in your brownie recipe, don't make it. Make something else. It's not good. It's not going to be as good. It seems kind of nuts that you should have as much flour and cocoa powder, like proportionate, exact same volume. Um, but that it's a brownie. It's not a cake. It's a brownie. It's a different thing. If you want a cakey brownie, that's your prerogative, but it's not mine. Get out of my house. Yeah. I feel the yearning for a lighter cocoa powder, like how sometimes I prefer the look of chalk pastels to pure pastel pigment. It's the wiggle room, sure. Yeah. If you're new to cocoa powder, yeah, titrate up until your tolerance to cocoa powder improves. I'm fine. I don't need that, but beginners to cocoa powder may want standard cocoa powder instead of Dutch process. Again, a personal preference, right? And your own individual tolerance to the power of cocoa powder. But yeah, equal volumes of flour and cocoa powder, I feel, is essential for a good brownie. The other thing you want to know if you're about to make a good brownie recipe, does it have a leavening agent? If the answer to that is yes, move on. Find something else. Bad. Um, it's a bad recipe. If it's got leavening, if it's got baking soda, baking powder, or something, get out, run quickly. Because yeah, brownies don't need that. It's fine. They don't need to be leavened. Again, it's not a cake. If you want cake, make cake. Brownie's not cake. Get out of my house with that, and keep it out of your house. No leavening. Um, right. Can't laugh at new to cocoa powder. You said you never made brownies in this oven. Legitimately. An expert statement. Well, you know, there's been many ovens. Ovens come and go. This is a first for this oven. Yeah, there's nothing wrong necessarily with the leavened brownie, but it is a cake. You've you've made a cake. If you're leavening your brownie, it's a cake now. Sorry. It's false advertising to call that a brownie. In my opinion. In my opinion, I have some expertise in this area, but it is still my opinion. My very informed opinion, but an opinion nonetheless. Um, the other hallmark I think of a great brownie recipe, um, this again depends on your personal taste, but sugar choice. If you want a chewy brownie that risks getting dry and tough during storage, but you really, really want that chewy texture, then a recipe that includes brown sugar is fine. That's okay. I would not use all brown sugar. That's a 2/4 bucket of chopped horse. I forgot. Oh my god, thank you. I totally forgot. Thank you. Ah, most important ingredient. How else is it supposed to stay together? This is the glue that keeps the brownies together. If you didn't have that, it would just fall apart in the pan. You couldn't even cut it. Thank you. Um, yeah. You can use brown sugar. I wouldn't do it because I can't eat an entire pan of brownies in a day, and in very short order, that brown sugar will make the brownies like hard and weird. Unless you keep them in a plastic bag or something. But yeah, I'm not doing that. So I shy away from any recipe with brown sugar. But that's legitimately personal preference. You can do whatever you want. If you do a bad enough job, it can also be a chocolate bread. I've seen that happen. That's a classic outcome of overmixing. If you have leavened your brownie and you have mixed the hell out of it, it's not a brownie. Now it's a chocolate bread. It's not even a cake anymore. Yeah, the gluten development is the enemy of the brownie. You don't want any gluten development, so you don't want to overmix it. He loves turning into sweet glass. It's true. Yeah, that's brown sugar's whole thing. It makes stuff chewy, and that's nice, but the cost, the cost is enormous. The cost for that chewiness is high. This would make a great short, but when you read the horse ingredient, you act all serious. Okay, yeah, right. Just a normal brownie recipe. Can we come up with like uh, is there a recommendation that I can make for sourcing your chopped horse? Where would you source chopped horse from? Local petting zoo? Yeah, just stop by your local petting zoo and ask if they have any chopped horse lying around. France. Okay. Yeah, if you want primo brownies, make sure that your chopped horse is French. If you can't find French chopped horse, that's okay, but you're gonna end up with an inferior product. It's worth the expense. It's an investment. It's an investment in your brownie future. No, the hors d'oeuvres. Exactly. The horse d'oeuvres. Horse to eggs. Oh, that's balls. Cancel that. No, nope. I would prefer whole chopped horse than chopped horse ball. Undo, undo that statement. I lost my train of thought. That's fine. We got the important thing, which is chopped horse. They are, well, I mean, there's Rocky Mountain oyster, right? And that's bull testicle. I don't know. Do people eat horse balls? I have to look this up. Ooh. Oh god, I can't reach. Oh my god. Oh no. Yeah, no, they are regarded as some of the tastiest testicles that you can eat. Dude, yeah, no, Rocky Mountain. Okay, I've never had horse testicles. I have had my skin, but hang on. My skin, my elfly skin peeking through the horror. The it, yeah, Rocky Mountain oysters are legitimately pretty good. It's gross to understand what you're eating, but if you don't mind, I don't. I'm not picky. Actually, pretty tasty, especially if they're fresh. Yeah, the chef made them on the spot. That's the way to get it. Better than a real oyster, in my opinion. Oh, sheep. Okay, yeah, that's probably similar to bull testicle in flavor. Maybe smaller. I don't know. I've not seen I've not seen sheep testicles before. I've seen a lot of bull testicles. I used to when I was this is weird. This is a really weird statement. When I was a child, I learned how to castrate calves at the tender age of 11, 12. I castrated with a knife more calves than any 11-year-old has any business castrated. I've seen a lot of bull testicles, is what I'm saying. Like a chicken nugget. No, literally, like a chicken nugget, but filet mignon. Yeah, that's the perfect description. Gross, yucky, disgusting, but also delicious. Pretty good. Um, yeah, I've handled and removed way more bull testicles than I think the average person has. So I don't find it gross, but I acknowledge for anybody who does find it gross that yeah, that's pretty objectively gross. Um, just not to me. How are we doing on time? Almost 7 minutes. What do I do with 7 minutes? I don't know. I think I covered everything in my brownie philosophy. I'm kind of still mourning the loss of my brownie recipe that I made. It's okay. I'll rediscover it someday or something better. Who knows? Ruminants are bound to have ideal nuts for eating. Yeah, they're also one baby at a time species. Keeps the size to overall tissue ratio pretty good. That's a good point. Yeah. Not a lot of need for yeah. I mean it reasonable testicle size to overall tissue ratio, I would say, compared to some other animals like rats, right? Like rats have a crazy ratio. The size to overall tissue is nuts on a rat. Pun intended. Um, Rats, it's like a quarter of their body size. It's just testicle. So, nature had such an idea in mind when she made rats. High concept art. When nature invented the rat. They waddle around. They do. They can barely walk. It's like Randy Marsh in that episode of South Park. That's just how rats live. That's just their life. No, there's rats as heck. It's effective. Apparently. It's good design. Rats are ubiquitous. So many. So many rats. Must have worked. I don't know. I don't know what the Void, you were the resident rat expert. What is is there a female rat equivalent? Like, do the female rats have something similar happening? It's just we can't see it because it's internal. Is the female rat proportional? I guess that's the question I'm asking. Thank you for letting me know about the OBS camera control, by the way. That is so cool. Wee! Oh my god. I love this. This is so fun. Perfect. Nah, man, they're incredibly normal. Okay, so it's just the male rats. The male rat. They got all the swag. They got all the swagger from nature. Like, nature invented the rat and she was like, okay, it's all up to you, the buddy. Girls, you're chill. You're cool. You don't need anything special. It's all on the boys this time. Radioactive vampire rat. Well, I don't know. Chernobyl rats. Chernobyl rat. Oh. Oh. Well, wow. Um, yeah, you're right. Radioactive vampire rat. Wait, oh my god, the whole PubMed article about it. Ultrastructure of bone marrow, state of bone marrow, hematopoiesis. Peripheral bone marrow, hematopoiesis are the entire lifetime. Rats brought up in Chernobyl from the age of 3 months on display. 3 months on display even more pronounced changes. Hematopoiesis. Continuous influence of low-level radiation of different quality attributed to the effect of incorporated radionucleotides. Yeah, I bet. Whoa. Ooh, physiological development and cytogenetic indices of the progeny of rats. I can only look at the abstract. No. Certain alterations have been revealed in the postnatal ontogenesis parameters of albino mongrel rats. Wow. What a loaded way to describe that. Mongrel? Come on. Descendants constantly kept within the 30-kilometer zone of Chernobyl APS. Structural disturbances have been found in bone marrow cell chromosomes. Yeah. Journal of Radiobiologia. Whoa! What a cool journal. Yes, the dogs. The dogs somewhat also. And there was another, not a dog, but like another wild canid. Was it foxes? Maybe? Foxes? Easier to put the burden on the one that doesn't have to actually produce the babies. Ratmen can go do horny rat things left and right, but you can only be so pregnant. Well, I as a counter argument to that, I would exhibit A, cats. You can only be so pregnant, but what if the so pregnant that you were able to be was like 12 babies? Oh, I don't know how many pups do rats make. Oh my god, my brownies. Oh, the timer. Okay, wait, hang on. Wait, wait, wait. I have to check them. Where am I? Where is my spout capture? Oh, there it is. Okay. Ow! It's on my toe! Oh, shit! Hell yeah, buddy. Dude. Oh. Yay. I did burn my hand slightly. I'm sorry to say. Ta-da! Look at that. Ugh. Look at this. Yay! I am so happy with this oven. I keep shouting out my oven. this oven. Oh, sorry, the timer was going. This oven is is crazy. This is probably the best oven I've ever worked with in a residential unit. It's so the temperature is so even all over, and it's accurate. Right? When it says 350, it means 350. That is rare. Usually you have to calibrate the oven to get it that accurate. Thank you, oven. I'm really just so pleased with this oven. Right? First try, beautiful brownie. I'm gonna pull, oh god, Tiny's here, so look at me. I'm gonna, oh, tiny, it's hot, it's hot, it's hot. No, okay, it's hot, it's hot. Thank you. I'm gonna pull ice cream out of the freezer. They should sit a minute before I cut them, but I don't want to. I don't want to wait. I'm impatient. Oh, this is such a short stream. I forgot brownies are so easy to make. Too short. No, honey. Honey, no. Honey. No, come here. Come here. Good girl. Good job. Thank you. Okay. Okay. It's okay. All right. Never seen. I always think things through. Oh, good girl. Okay, I'm gonna wait for as long as it takes for ice cream to warm up a little bit. The chunks look so dangerously tasty. Yeah, yeah. I I like I like the aesthetic contributions of putting chocolate chunks directly on top of whatever chocolate baked good I'm making. I do the same thing with cookies, chocolate chip cookies. I save some to put on top because, unfortunately, it makes me sad a little bit, but appearances matter. People do a lot of formulating their opinions on things based on appearance. But these look great, so I'm happy. Autofocus. I don't know. I'm so impatient. I have to wait. It's so hot. People are vain as hell about food. It's kind of funny, actually. It's true. Yeah. They're vain about a lot of stuff, but it seems. Oh, good girl. It does seem especially bad about food. Right. It makes sense, I guess, to some extent. If something looks ugly, then you might assume it was made incompetently or unsafely. But I've worked in kitchens before. Some of the nicest looking stuff was made unsafely, for sure. For sure, I've seen food safety crimes committed by the nicest, most aesthetically plated cook cook people, line cooks. Ooh, how many slices will it be? Or will it be squares or circles? Mm, I if I was making this for a group of people, I mean, I might take some to work on Monday because I don't know if I want to eat all of this, but I would do 9 slices. I have cookie cutters. I could try one that's all the way cool, cutting out little shapes. That would be fun. If I had a bigger pan, I only have this 8x8 pan, but if I had a bigger pan, I could have made double, right, in a 9x12 pan and then had more room to cut out shapes. That would be so fun if it was like flower shapes. I have some, or I have a star shape cookie cutter. That would be really cute. 3, then 6, then 9. Yeah, that would be. No, no, tiny, tiny, no, 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 no. That would be my normal approach. 3, then 6, then 9. 8x8 baby hands. Yeah, my hands are small. No, good girl. Good job. My hands are small. They're not that small, but they're small. You can tell that if you've ever eagle eye noticed the gloves that I use. They are small. My hands are small. They're little. I can. I, they are. They can look bigger because I have hypermobility, so I can like have a pretty crazy finger span. But no, they're small. My baby hand. Okay, what are we doing up there, Tiny? Can we not? Whatever we're doing, can we cease doing it? Oh, that would be really great. Where are you going? You can't have this. It's poison. It's poison. You'll be so sick. No, children can't have brownies. I'm sorry. It's illegal. Okay, goodbye. No! No! You are the most mischievous little kitten right now. Get out. No, you threw the banjo finger picks away. You threw those on the ground, so now you can't play with them anymore. Okay, bye. You can achieve temporary size boost by picking up the tiny. She's so small, she makes my hand look big. Thank you, Tiny. Where are you going? Oh my god. Well, at least the dangerous baking parts are done. Well, I can touch this with my hands now. Can we just... I don't know. Okay. This is a real... a telling preference, in my opinion. Whether people are an edge of the brownie person or a middle of the brownie person. Like, do they want the edge piece or do they want the middle piece? Very, very revealing preference. Oh, I'm so impatient. Oh, yay. Getting this out of here while it's still warm is going to be a trial. I'm going to... Giving a slice of bread. Yeah, that's very... You don't like... You're not a big fan of brownies. I like any piece. I genuinely don't have a preference. Oh, grab my ice cream. Yay! But I like when people have a strong preference for the middle or the edge of the brownie. One big long giant edge with the same area as one from the center. Yeah. Yeah. I think that preference is this is gonna fall apart. This piece that I cut out is gonna fall apart because it's still warm. That's fine. Ooh, it looks good. Um, some people like the edge chewiness and the little bit of crispiness that you get on the edge. I think it's so good. And then hopefully if you're eating them in a group, you'll have someone in the group who wants the middle piece. So then you can just take the whole long edge piece with the same surface area, the same square footage of brownie as the one from the center, and then everyone's happy because they don't have to have the texture weirdness of the edge. I got this crazy ice cream at the grocery store. It's like s'more peanut butter cup flavor. I don't know. I'm a big sucker for s'mores, so obviously I bought it. Oh, yeah, brownie texture. Yeah. Mmm. Whoa. That came out so good. Mmm. Oh my god. It's really intense. Holy shit. I feel like I got kicked in the mouth by chocolate. Whoa. Yeah. Nope. Some of these are going to work with me for sure. I'm not eating all this. I'll die. I did just use the spoon that I licked to dig into the ice cream, but it's fine because I'm the only ice cream eater. This ice cream's for me. Doesn't matter. Mmm. Yum. I think you like the middles better. The platonic ideal of brownie moistness. Yeah, it came out perfect. Once, if they cool off a little bit more, maybe I can cut a piece where you can actually see. They came out perfect. Yeah, I have no food handler's license to lose. This is my personal brownie. My personal ice cream. It's fine. My food handler's license expired years ago. The stakes are non-existent. Mm. Whoa! That's so good. I'm glad I found those random chocolate bars at the grocery store because they're really good in this. Oh, they held up well. They didn't completely dissolve in the oven. They maintained their structure. Mm, good job on rigging the cheek puff. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think it's the cheek puff I only really use by accident when I'm chewing something. I can do it on purpose. It's not a face I make unless I'm eating something. I think it came out cute. I'm on the basic XY movement for the second model. But I'm scared. I'm a little bit scared of rigging the expressions for it because I think I told you this already, Boyd, but I went for a slightly more classic or a slightly more typical anime style for the eyes and the face shape. Uh Whereas this is more the way that it's closer to how I normally draw. It's still it's a departure from how I normally draw, but um so I had a innate understanding of how I would have drawn facial expressions as I rigged them, but now I've picked it a little bit more of an anime style, and I'm not familiar with anime style stuff. So I realized partway through rigging XY movements that like, oh god, I'm gonna have to learn. I'm gonna have to look at anime expressions because I don't know how to make these facial features look expressive in the way that I want because I don't draw this way. I may have set myself up for failure a little bit. I don't know. Anime is a cruel mistress, especially when you don't know her. I don't know her. I'm learning. I'm expanding my horizons. Hmm. Yeah, that's good. Mm, I think the next time I make these, um, setting yourself up for failure is the first step of setting yourself up for success. Right. If you're not at risk of failing, then you're not challenging yourself, right? If you're doing something with 100% confidence that it's going to work out, then you're not learning. That's my perspective. I will learn. This will be a learning experience. Nobody has had a horrendous knife accident in pursuit of ice cream because they're busy being idiots in the other room, which is great. As soon as they come back, I'm hiding this, but for now, they're they're busy being dumb elsewhere. Yay! How's that? Yeah, that's proportionate. Oh. Ah. Okay, I didn't do a good job because I wasn't looking at it from above, but that's fine. I think we'll live if we have a slightly smaller. I'm always 100% certain it will work out because I persistently fail to think about success. That's also a great mindset. Don't even think about it. It will work out because the success is not an object. Whoa! Oh, it fell apart a little bit. Still too warm, but I can kind of show you. Oh, Yeah, influencer hand. Can you focus on that, please? Wow. I think the texture is really good. I think, yeah, next time I make these, I think I would include the oil, my small tablespoons of oil in the butter mixture as it's melting on the stove in the hope that I could, haha, look at that. In the hopes that I could get a little bit more of the sugar to dissolve because I feel like the crispy top is a little bit lacking. There is a crispy top, but I would like more crispy top. I'm gonna have another one, and then I'm gonna die. Oh, chocolate. Oh, that's fine. I need it to fuel my rigging adventure. Oh my god! I wish I could mail these to everybody in the world, and their days would be so happy, and their day would be so much better. Yum. Mm-hmm. Someone's getting chocolate poisoning today. And it's not any of the beautiful daughters. Me. Oh my god. It's crazy. It's good, but yeah, two is a mistake. Okay. Well, I have to go do dishes now. 1 hour. Oh, pathetic. I should have I should have thought about the the fact that brownies are really fast to make. I did not think about it. Oops. Oh well. I'll spend the rest of the day rigging. Probably. Maybe I'll go outside again. I yeah. I need water. my my mouth is 80% chocolate. Okay. Well, thank you for hanging out during brownie time. So fun. Also a great excuse to eat two brownies and ice cream. Not that I ever need an excuse to do that. I'll just do it, but I appreciate it becoming it's a social function now. I'm socializing. My lab coat has chocolate on it. My lab coat is getting progressively more decorated with memories of my various exploits. You know, I got paint. Got paint on this one. I got chocolate on this one. Who knows what's next? What other substances can I get on this lab coat and fail to wash out because they stained? Yeah, this is what happens when your stream plan is based entirely on being mad at brownie mix. Full of memories and chemicals. Yeah, I do have some actual chemical stains on this thing from when I used it as like a real lab coat at my job. Like like this one. That is an actual chemical stain. Um and some of these brownish stains are like this you can't really see it. Yeah, this little brownish spots are 6 normal phosphoric acid that splashed on me one time. Um, but now I'm adding memories that are not work related to this lab coat, so that's fun. Yeah. Anyway, thanks. Oh, Arthur Morgan, hello, welcome, happy Saturday. I was just about to stop streaming because I finished making my brownies. You can see them. I made brownies. They came out really good. I am gonna die. I ate too many, but they're tasty. I hope you're having a great Saturday. I'm excellent. I had a migraine for the last 2 days, but it's gone. So I feel really good. I am happy. I feel exceptionally happy because I don't have a horrible headache and a bunch of neurological symptoms. I'm great. But yeah, I was about to end stream. Thank you for stopping by though, and thank you for hanging out during brownie time and turning my eating sweets into a social function. Appreciate it. Um, I will be back tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I'll be back. I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday and a good Sunday morning. Yeah, I learned about cocoa powder. You're welcome. We can do more baking education later. Yeah. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.